Where are we at the moment right now with this I suppose, truce?
So, Rish, at the moment, we know that there are over 48 hostages who have been released from Gaza via Egypt back to Israel. Hamas is scheduled to release 11 Israelis today. Israel has so far freed 117 Palestinian women and children who have been held in prisons. As far as how much longer this is going to go, Hamas has issued a statement saying that it is willing to extend the truce. We heard Prime Minister Netanyahu say that there could be an additional day of truce for every 10 hostages released. However, the Prime Minister also said that it remains Israel's intention to continue the fight against Hamas. An Israeli Defense Force spokesman said that the military is preparing for the next stage of the fighting, but hopes we can bring home as many hostages as possible before that happens. We also know that President Biden spoke with Prime Minister Netanyahu. The Prime Minister referred to that in the clip that we just saw. The U.S. believes that there are 10 American citizens or permanent residents still being held in Gaza.
Right. So this is a truce which could have legs. We could see it, depending on what happens in terms of these exchanges, we could see it last longer on a day-to-day basis.
Yes, and while the truce goes on, there is more humanitarian assistance going into Gaza. So there were 200 trucks carrying assistance into Gaza yesterday. To put that in perspective, according to the Israeli Defense Forces, since the start of the war, there have been 2,000 that have gone into Gaza, so a big amount in one day going to humanitarian relief. The United Nations says that there are still many Palestinians in Gaza who have no access to fuel. Food is short, so obviously 200 trucks is a start, but is not going anywhere toward alleviating the extent of the humanitarian crisis.
So, Bruce, what comes next? What are we looking out for now?
Well, one thing that we're looking out for is just how much longer this truce can go on, whether Hamas will be releasing hostages and whether that will be satisfactory to Israelis to continue the truce. The other thing to keep an eye on is fighting in other parts of the region. There was a report from the Palestinian radio that there was an Israeli attack in the West Bank. There was also a report from Syrian state radio that Israel had attacked the airport in Damascus, closed that down. Israel has not responded or commented yet on the Palestinian count. And then in addition to all that, of course, there has been ongoing fighting in the north between Israel and Hezbollah fighters in Lebanon, and there have been continuing attacks between Americans and Iranian-backed proxy forces in Syria and Iraq. So things are quiet for now in Gaza. The truce between Hamas and Israel could extend, but there's certainly a lot of potential for this to widen.